All right, stick around and watch this video on why did I choose Microlocs over Sisterlocks. Check out these space buns. Ew, 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 ew. 5 reasons, but we're going to first start off with a little backstory. Hello guys, so welcome to my page, Microlocs and More, where we discuss hair health and happiness. And we're going to be focusing on hair today, Microlocs, and why did I choose Microlocs versus Sisterlocks. And I want to start off saying they are both wonderful. This is not one against the other. It's just why I chose one over the other from my own personal experience. And there are 5 main reasons why I chose Microlocs. And I'm going to get to that a little bit, but I want to first give a little bit of a backstory. And I have a few notes to kind of keep me on track, so if you don't mind me kind of glancing down and checking them out, I appreciate it. So let's get started. Well, first, guys, guess what? I actually started off with the intention of getting Sisterlocks. Microlocs was not on my radar in the beginning. And the truth is that I have 2 family members that both kind of inspired me to want to get locked. I have one that has Sisterlocks, and I have one that has Microlocs, and they're both gorgeous. But I was a little afraid of locks because it's permanent, and I changed my hair so often. If you watched my first video that I did, and I'll be sure to post that, I discussed how I changed my hair often. I mean, I had it all, as far as bobs, long hair, braids. I didn't really do sew-in weaves, but maybe once or twice in my life. But I definitely would change my hair often. So locks felt so permanent, yet I was drawn to them. And so finally I got the guts to, you know what, let me just go ahead and make that appointment. I stalked people on YouTube for about 2 years, okay? Maybe 3. So if you're someone right now watching my page trying to decide, I hope I can bring some enlightenment to help you make your decision from my perspective. The fact is, when I first started, there isn't a whole lot to me online as far as Microlocs. Sisterlocks, there's a plethora of information. So again, hopefully I can give you some good old reasons. Now, when I did my consultation, it was to get the test locks and to get, the quote, as well as to just discuss about Sisterlocks. And I got the quote for Sisterlocks, and it was about $900+. Whew. But I knew that in my research that it was about that price. But it still, sounds steep. Like, okay, all right, okay. But while I was there, I was like, I might as well ask her about these Microlocs. She's a certified Sisterlock consultant. But the other cousin that has Microlocs, she does her hair as well. So I knew that she did both. So I said, let me just ask her about that and get her opinion. And I love my consultant. She is so transparent, authentic, and honest. She does what's best for her clients. And she just told me the truth. They're both awesome. But she admitted that the price that she charged is about half. Where I would pay about upper 4s to get Microlocs versus these Sisterlocks. And that immediately caught my attention, like, say, what now? Now tell me more. And she pretty much admitted that you can get a very similar look with Microlocs. I get a lot of people that just assume I have Sisterlocks. I have to tell people, no, they're Microlocs, but they're kind of like, cousins or sisters, where, they look the same, but they have, different processes, and whatnot, but the overall outcome looks the same, or at least similar. And she said that most of the time, most people cannot tell the difference between Sisterlocks and Microlocs unless they're a professional. And even sometimes the professional can't even tell. So it's just a matter of personal preference and what you're looking for and what, I guess, factors are more important to you. Now, one thing she told me about my hair was I have fine hair. And the truth is, in order to maintain the integrity of my locks, as far as the health of it, I need to have my locks be a certain size. As you see, my locks are not super small. And she was telling me that I do not need to have super small locks because I have very fine hair. That's one thing I wanted to really talk about on my YouTube channel for the fine hair ladies that want to have locks but don't know what to do, or if they can, or what can they do with soft fine hair. because I know I personally was also a little nervous about getting them because I have soft hair, and will they last? Will they lock? Will they look full enough? As you can see, I mean, half my hair is up and you can still see the fullness. That yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But anyways, again, she was saying if she makes them too thin, that as they get longer, the weight of the lock on my fine hair could cause them to snap and break. So there's only so many locks that she would put in my hair anyway, in order to actually feel confident that I would have a healthy hair of locks. Some consultants, guys, being honest, they don't care. They will take your money and they'll give you 5,000 microscopic locks, knowing that your hair cannot take that that small size. So please make sure that whatever route you go, whether you go with the Sisterlock method or the Microloc method, make sure that you get a consultant that is honest about the size, the density that you need for your hair texture, your hair goals, your hair health, etc., etc. Now, on to those 5 reasons. Now, obviously, guys, price was definitely it wasn't the deciding factor, because I was saying I was willing to pay the price because I had researched and I kind of knew what it was going to be. But I'm not going to pretend like when I got caught at half the price and you're telling me I can have a very, very close look, it's like, okay, again, tell me more. And that was definitely a big encouragement to consider. Okay, maybe I'll take a second look at these Microlocs things you're talking about. Now, the second thing was they're both beautiful. Again, I have two cousins that both have locks that are small. And I personally probably wouldn't know the difference either, had one not told me what she had was interlocking, and it was done, as a microloc using the interlocking method. And so, if they're both beautiful, well, hey, it's not like one is not a downgrade over the other. They're both beautiful, and I won't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you have a good consultant that can really lock our hair, it doesn't matter. They're going to both have a beautiful outcome. The second thing I have written down was, again, she said that Microlocs will still be able to give me enough locks for fullness. It may not be as many as I would get with Sisterlocks because, from my understanding, there's a bare minimum number of locks you must have to meet the Sisterlocks requirements. I know there are some strict requirements that locticians have to meet if they're a certified Sisterlock consultant. And my loctician is. She's a certified Sisterlock consultant, but she also does other types of locks, traditional locks, Microlocs, palm rolling, interlocking, all of that jazz. So she's been doing it for years and years. She's very well knowledged. And she was telling me that Microlocs will still give me fullness. And as you can see, I have fullness. I mean, it's not skimpy, not one single bit. So don't let that be a factor that deters you, thinking that they won't be as full if you don't get Sisterlocks. Now, because the locks are likely not going to be as many as they would be if you get Sisterlocks, they're still full, but not as many. I had about 355 locks upon installation. I'm probably down to about 350 now because I lost a lock and we had to combine a couple. But still full, but not quite as many. I probably would have 400 something plus locks with Sisterlocks. Now, what does that mean? That's more time. That means when you go and get your hair tightened every 4 to 8 weeks, depending on your schedule, I do 6 weeks, you're going to be in that chair longer because there are more locks to retighten. So think about that. If that doesn't bother you, then Sisterlocks may be a good go for you. But if you are bothered by a long time in a chair, you might want to go with Microlocs and not have quite as many locks. So saving time. And then also, because you're saving time, you're saving money. Because locticians charge based upon how many locks are in your hair oftentimes. So I pay about $55 to get my hair retightened every 6 weeks, but it would have been about $100 every 6 weeks with Sisterlocks. So again, I saved time, I saved money. And that was my fourth one, saving that that money, not just upon the installation, but every 6 weeks, every retightening. And then the fifth thing is you have more availability with consultants. There are a limited number of certified Sisterlock consultants. And that means that if your Sisterlock consultant, let's say you have one in the area and she's booked or she moves, what are you going to do? But if you have Microlocs, any loctician can do your hair. Now, when I say any, I don't literally mean any. You want to get someone that you've researched, that has good pictures or has good word of mouth, good, a good reference base, clientele. But you have more availability. Like I can go to any loctician. We have, so many locticians around here, but we do not have so many Sisterlock consultants around here. So those are kind of some of my reasons. So again, summing up, price. They're both beautiful. Fullness will still be there, yet you're going to save time and you're going to save money and having more consultants that are available. I hope these are some good factors that will help you decide which one or which journey you should go on. There's no wrong answer. I love Sisterlocks, and I believe that it is the right pick for some, but don't hesitate to look at Microlocs as well. And you decide what is the best one for your journey. And don't forget to like and subscribe and join me on this journey of hair, health, and happiness. By the way, I would love to hear from you all in the comment section and tell me, what do you have if you have locks? How have you enjoyed your journey? And if you don't have locks, which ones are you leaning towards and why? All right, so until next time, have a good one.